Hello there and welcome to another edition of Robot Wars Unveiled. This time we're going to have a look at Extreme Warriors 1, War of Independence. I hope you enjoy. Contrary to the UK Series 4 War of Independence, where 3 British robots and a sole American reached the second round, 3 Americans and a sole Brit reached the second round. Nevertheless, in both competitions, a British robot won. This competition had Joker's only victory in Robot Wars. Ironically, this means that the Lonabot Joker, which would later become Humdrum, is more successful than the real Joker. This was the first Robot Wars episode to be aired after 9/11. Because this episode aired only 6 days after 9/11, and as a result, there were messages sending condolences and offering charity to the Red Cross. By virtue of the rules at the time, technically Plunderbird broke the rules by having a large flag on it, as it was counted as a snagging device. The battle between Pussycat and $8 Million Mouse featured several references to animation with Tom and Jerry, Itchy and Scratchy, as well as Tweety from the Looney Tunes. Pussycat is one of 3 UK machines to be unbeaten in Extreme Warriors, the other 2 being the Tag Team Terror partnership of Rick and Ming Free. In terms of chronology, this was Spawn Again's last appearance with the red armour. Plunderbird was the only robot from the UK team to not be a Series 4 semi-finalist. In fact, it was also the only one to lose in the first round of the subsequent main championship. The Cold Fusion team had previously helped $8 Million Mouse team by welding a new blade. Ironically, the 2 fight each other here. Of all the US teams, $8 Million Mouse is the only one to not return. And that is it for today. The War of Independence, the Extreme Warriors Series 1 version of the War of Independence it's not as good as the Series 4 version. The Series 4 version is really, really fun. It's really exciting. Got some great robots here and there, and some great battles. This one has the robots, certainly, and I will say that the robots are great in this particular episode. Great selection. But in terms of the actual, episode itself, the battles are very lackluster. The battles are not the most entertaining. It's actually quite shocking how poor a lot of the battles felt while watching this particular episode. Extreme Warriors 1, in my opinion, as a whole, is much better than Extreme Warriors Series 2, mainly because it had a variety of robots and a variety of competitions, all the battles far more better. But this episode is probably one of the weaker episodes of that season. It just doesn't really hit the right marks, It has the fundamentals there. It has, a good, decent format. It has, a great set of robots, a really good set of robots. But the actual fights are just very bare bones, and that's the problem with this particular special. You don't really have some great fights, and as a result it kind of falls apart, and that really lets down this particular episode. It had everything else going for it except the fights, and the fights, let's be honest now, are probably the most important part of Robot Wars. So of course, if that's lackluster, then it becomes a very lackluster episode overall. So let's have a look at what we get next time around. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Series 10, ET, is one of 2 episodes which I am not looking forward to covering. There's going to be a huge chunk of facts that are going to be omitted for very obvious reasons, and there's probably going to be a PNG of an elephant in the whole video, symbolizing an elephant in the room. So, I guess we'll see you next time.